What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. We're back on DB today. We're going to be doing a little bit of DB videos here. Before we dive into like comment scrap, it just helps me show off different duels that we wouldn't normally get at locals here. So before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps a lot. We're on the road to 10K here. We are going to be seeing Spright here with start off with Swap Frog, a starter, a copy of Talents, an Azaroon, as well as an Ash Blossom. They're going first here. And then we are going to be seeing the Runic White Forest deck going second. We don't have any of this at our locals, therefore I kind of want to show this off in some video. Want to learn the deck as well a little bit. I'm not really interested in playing it, but it's still very good. We see a Dark Ruler no more, a Slumber, a copy of the Rugula, the Runic Fountain, and a copy of Chicken Game. So playing this is interesting to me. We are playing Board Breakers, which is normally a thing. You're playing like Evenly's Dark Ruler no more when you're playing the Runic cards. But we're going to be seeing Swap Frog when we normal summoned here. Activating its effect, going to be dumping the copy of the Mirror Mage here because it's going to let us go for a Toad right away. We have the starter for the extender, so we're going to be seeing that happen. We summon it out. I'm going to just be clicking next play. We go for a Totally Awesome, so now we are protected. We go for the starter into the blue, into a Jet. We take 11. We search for Double Cross here. We can overlay for an IP if we wanted to right away. Or a Sprint, yes, Sprint, Dump Angler, summon out both. Then we can go up for a copy of the Gigantic. Forgot that we didn't even go Gigantic there. We're going to activate the effect going into a Caddy. So we are playing the Melfi package as well. I don't think this is necessarily correct, but it's going to provide them with a copy of Herald, which can be quite nice in this matchup here. So we're going to see them go up into a copy of the IP. And we don't even have the Melfi the Forest there. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit weaker. Maybe they're not playing it. Maybe it's just for to go up into that caddy off the Sprint. I just don't really think that's going to be really worth it there. We see a Talent's not going to be any impactful, but they have an Ash, which is going to be very nice, as well as the Azaroon, and then, of course, a double negate, which is, you know, what else could you ask for? So we see a copy of Elzette drawn for turn. This should not be able to break the board here. We're going to go for a Toad, summon out Swap Frog, Dark Ruler no more. So we now have cut off the Totally Awesome. We can bring it back with a Double Cross to still get the effect, which is going to be important. But we have turned off the copy of IP and the Caddy there. So we see a Chicken Game, which is going to let us draw another card. They are going to attempt to negate with Toad. It's going to draw us into a Runic Fountain. Not a good draw at all here. You know, we wanted to have any other spell, perhaps. You know, another Runic card, even like one of the White Forest spells or traps. But we see the copy of Toad being sent. Toad's going to activate, adding back the copy of Beaver. And then we can bring it back with the copy of Double Cross. Going to let us summon back the Toad so we have a negate now. We see the trap being flipped face up, summoning itself out. We see Elzette send the copy of Chicken Game. We're going to negate that there. And they're going to take it. It is a level 2 as well. We're going to be seeing the Runic Fountain going to activate. Then we're going to be seeing the Slumber on the IP. Let that resolve, getting rid of a Carrot, a Prosperity, and a Blue. So we're also playing Prosperity. And they Ash the Fountain. They normal summon out the copy here of the Rugula, which is going to let us draw one, I believe. Special card from your hand. You can summon one spell trap from your field or graveyard, draw one card. Okay, so we're going to try hopefully drawing into a Runic. It's going to resolve, and we see a Runic Destruction here. That's going to be extremely good because it's still not a trap, right? It's still a trap, so we can actually just go destroy. Oh, we're going to special. Okay. Into the Gary. They're going to go effect to draw and put back the Fountain and then draw 2. We draw a Freezing Curses and a Flashing Fire. That's going to be nice. We go up into an A tier, and then we're going to be negating that summon. Then we're going to be seeing the Diabells put back to summon out. Another Fountain. We're going to go Flashing Fire, and then we're going to chain the Freezing Curses on. So we're going to summon and then negate. We put back to draw. We draw into Talents and Diabells. We're going to draw 2 more cards, hitting a Tip and a Smithing Storm. Go up into another Runic, or another, the other Soul White Forest cards. I'm not necessarily sure exactly what they do. You can summon Spell and Trap from your hand to graveyard, then add 1 White Forest. I don't think we necessarily... We're going to add the other one, right? Because we already have... I used Elzette. We draw into Alistair. Now we're going to search for the other level 4, I believe. Or the tails here. We're going to search for anything. That's crazy. Okay. This will allow us to send. I guess it resets itself. So we just special summon out there. Go up into an SP. SP is going to target the Toad. And then we're going to put back to summon. Go up into a Typhon. Typhon, bounce the IP. And we just pass turn there. Okay, so we have Beaver, Spright Blue. We have a tip to add as well. I mean, this is fine, right? We're going to draw 2, maybe 3. I mean, yeah, I think it's fine. We're going to summon up the copy of Blue, activate the Blue effect. We're going to tip to add, adding Dispelling here. So we're trying to rip their hand. They're going to add the Jet, and then we Dispelling. And I guess in this case, no matter what we hit, Beaver or Jet, it's going to be good. So we hit the Beaver. That's going to be really good because it does get us 2 level 2s on the field. So we are removing that. Then we're going to be able to draw 3. And we hit a starter and another Beaver. I guess, yeah, we should look at these. The starter is really good off the Spright because we already have 1 gone. So now we're going to only have 1 left in the deck. But like we have 2 blues gone. We have a red and a carrot gone. I think we have all 3 jets gone as well. Yeah, so now we have very little amount of Spright monsters left, and that's like this is when the runic cards start becoming really good. Like even if they don't OTK them this turn, they can just play the slow game now and just essentially just overcome their opponent through resources. So we're going to see Tip being put back, the Smiting Storm, as well as the copy of the Spelling. And we're going to draw 3 cards here. And we hit 2 more Runic cards that we have not activated this turn, which is going to be absolutely incredible. This one's going to be able to negate the Gigantic, the Sprint, or the IP if they make it, or whatever else they try to go for. You know, we have not activated any monster effects this turn either, so the talent is going to kind of be dead, and we're probably going to keep it that way. This one with the Jet, activate the effect, search for the last starter, or the Gamma Burst here. So we are playing Gamma Burst as well. I definitely think this list is horrible. I'm sorry, Spawnman. I don't think that your list is that crazy. You know, Gamma Burst in the main deck, also playing the copy of Double Cross. You could just be playing some better cards. I mean, I don't know what other ratios we're playing, but we're going to be flipping up the copy of the LZ. And then we overlay for a Gigantic. This is going to be negated by the Freezing Curses for sure. We also are playing Shifter in our deck. We all got rid of the other. So we are playing 2 red. I like that a lot. That's very important that we are playing it. But yeah, we see all 3 copies of Starter gone now. I feel like we should have just gone for Starter, which let us maybe have access to the red. But I guess at the same time, you're going to be losing regardless here. Like, so they have 10 cards left in their deck. I guess like we can assume there's going to be 1 Swap Frog. There's definitely 1 Swap Frog, 2 Shifters, 1 Ash, a Penny. Probably Imperms as well. But yeah, so we see the Gigantic Spright going to be negated here. I mean, like, at this point, there's not much we can do here. So they just admit defeat, realizing the game is going to be a loss. You know, they can't even beat over the copy of the Typhon there. They just essentially lose altogether. So we're going to be diving on to game 2. We're going to be seeing Spright going to go first once again. We see Jet, Imperm, a Angler, a Anti-Spell, and a copy of Imperm. Anti-Spell is crazy in this matchup. If we don't have anything to answer it, we're essentially just going to win immediately. And we still have the double copies of Imperm as well for any of those cards. And Imperm's not going to be the craziest card into this matchup, but it is going to be good against the White Forest Synchros. And then over here, or I guess even the White Forest main monsters, if you want to try to draw a card, you can just like negate it. But you're going 1 for 1, which is pretty nice, especially because they send, I believe, for cost. So, but over here we see a copy of Dark Ruler No More, Destruction, Freezing Curses, Runic Fountain, and a copy of Tip. So we do have the Destruction there, which can interact with the Anti-Spell on the chain, leaving us. If we didn't have anything else, we would have just not been able to play at all. So the Destruction on the Anti-Spell is going to be very important. Let's see if they chain to it or if they just you know, if they just, you know, set it and then activate it. Normally, you'd probably flip up anti-spell immediately, but when, you know, they might just chain another card and then you just flip it up and they just better have it at that point. But at the same time, like if they activate tip and then you have like 3 face downs, I feel like they'd probably hit it. So definitely worth flipping up anti-spell and just hope that they have the one of the 3 ofs in their deck. So we're going to be seeing normal summon Angler, summon with the copy of Jet. And then we're going to be searching for starters. Starting summon with the copy of Blue, Blue summon with the copy of Carrot. Now if we leave Carrot on the field, we are going to just win this game immediately. We're going to be seeing the Sprint, Send, summon out 2 Beavers. You can go up into a Gigantic. We all know how this goes. We're going to go up to a copy of the Swap Frog Send, Swap Frog Search, or Swap Frog Dunk, Dump, Summon back. We all know how it is. What is important to note here is that if they do draw an evenly matched, I have a feeling they're not going to here. They actually can still win this, which is very nice, but we're going to see them go up into a copy of the Bunny, going into set the guy there. We're going to bounce back the Blue with the copy of the Swap Frog there. So we have follow-up for the next turn. Not just that copy of Beaver. We're going to go up into the copy of Totally Awesome here. And then we're going to set 3 cards here in the back row and just pass turn. We do draw a copy of the LZ. And then in standby phase, we're going to be seeing Toad flip up, summon out the copy of the Swap Frog, as well as anti-spell. So now we have a negate for any spells. We have an Omni negate, and we have an anti-spell here against 5 spells on a monster. This essentially is going to be this game. We're going to be seeing a chain and a chain destruction. They do negate the with Carrot. They're going to chain freezing curses on the Carrot. Totally Awesome is going to negate the freezing curses, and that's just going to resolve. We see destruction being searched, and then Toad's going to add back the copy of Beaver. Elzette will now be able to summon herself out and activate the effect for the copy of All-Star. There's no way we play through this, right? I mean, that was very well played. We're going to be seeing the Elzette send the copy of Fountain. They chain the Imperm, and they summon out the copy of Azaroon. Now we're going to be able to, they emit defeat here, but essentially, now we're going to be able to negate the summon of this, and all they have left is a copy of Destruction. But this was very well played by the White Forest Runic player completely. Like, that was actually pretty crazy. Very well oriented. Their hand was almost perfect to kind of stop this. Now, I assume what they were trying to do is they're trying to bait the copy of Toad with the tip or the copy of Carrot, but it did not work. Therefore, they were able to chain those other 2 and negate the other as well, which is unfortunate. But we're going to be seeing going on to game 3. We're going to be finally seeing the Runic Whitewood deck go first. We see a copy of Dispelling, a copy of LZ, Flashing Fire, a copy of Freezing Curses, and the Terraforming. On the opponent's side, we see Nimble Beaver, a Shifter, which is going to be absolutely cooking the Runic variants of this. We see a Blue, a Moonlit, and a copy of Penny, so we are playing the Penny after all. Going second as well. Definitely not a good option in my books. But we're going to be seeing a Terraforming, and we don't drop Shifter immediately. That's insane to me. We see the Chicken Game being searched. Chicken Game paying 1,000, drawing 1. Alzette send to summon itself out. Alzette summon search for the All-Star. What are we waiting for here? Normal summon All-Star, and now we activate Shifter. So we chain a copy of Runic Flashing Fire to the Shifter here. Hugin's going to activate. And they do chain Moonlit to this. Okay. Normal All-Star send. Oh, and they can't because it's Shifter. It sends for cost, doesn't it? Right. While this... You can summon Spell and Trap from your hand to the graveyard, so you cannot because it's cost to send to the graveyard, therefore you can't. And so we're just going to be seeing the Runic player admit defeat here, realizing their opponent is too much. Now, we have Blue and we have a copy of Beaver, so no matter what they are doing, they're not going to be winning. Like, the free copy of Freezing Curses isn't going to get us there, and the Dispelling was not going to help us either. But, I mean, yeah, let's think here. If they just go Nimble Beaver normal, activate effect, summon out Angler, go up into Gigantic, summon out the copy of the Toad, I guess we go for Sprint. We are under Shifter, so we just go for Toad. Oh, I guess we can't go for Toad because we are under Shifter. I guess I go for a Gamma Burst angle here, and they have like a bunch of 0/0s, so that we should be able to just get the game that way. The spelling would be able to rip their hand, but it won't really matter when you're just summoning a bunch of level 2s. And like this is not going to stop anything unless they want to try to stop another copy of blue. But they're still losing both their copies of the Runic cards, making them down to significantly less in their deck. When they're on top deck, they're going to have absolutely nothing. And this deck doesn't do anything during top deck. So we're going to be seeing Spright and taking the win here. Playing a little bit of a different list than I would play. But regardless, hope you're watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, see more content like this. And let me in the comment section down below what else you guys want to be seeing. Stay safe. Peace.